everyone, welcome back to another video. I am actually starting this video on a very random Thursday night. It's literally just getting dark, the lights have just come on, so apologies for the lighting. I don't normally start videos like on a night time, but I just thought I would pick the camera up now because I've been meaning to for quite a while, like the past sort of few days, but I feel like there's been not a lot going on, but the house has been a little bit upside down, there's stuff everywhere. I want to give you some little updates around the house, but yeah, it's just needed a little bit of TLC. So I've got all of my makeup on because I am going out for tea a little bit later on tonight. I do need to sort my hair out and get changed and stuff, but yes, I thought I'd just start this video now. I hope you're all okay. So obviously we have got our sort of nursery videos running alongside just general like vlog videos that I'm doing, but to be honest, I think after the next nursery video I'll probably do one more like dedicated just to the nursery, and then after that I think I'll probably end up just sort of combining nursery updates in with general like vlogs and stuff, because the main bulk of the work in the nursery is done now. Obviously you'll see all of that in a separate video. I won't show you in this one because we have got all of the furniture and the carpets down and everything, so I'm doing a whole video dedicated to that. So yeah, anyway, I'm not going to give you any nursery updates in this video because there will be a separate one. However, we did go to IKEA last weekend, I think, was it? Yeah, about a week ago we went to IKEA and we got the nursery furniture and we got some other bits and bobs for like elsewhere in the house. So I thought I would just give you a bit of an update on those bits that we picked up. So while I'm sat here, I'm just in this like sort of little living area bit of the kitchen. So one thing that we got was this coffee table here. As you can see, Louis' fireplace is pretty much exactly the same as the last time you saw it. He hasn't really had much time to spend working on this. I know I say it all of the time, but the biggest struggle with doing a renovation and working full time is obviously just not having time. Yeah, he spent last weekend building all of the nursery furniture. This weekend he's got another job that he's doing like for someone else on Saturday, so this probably won't get touched for at least another week. So yeah, that's very much still ongoing. But back to the coffee table. So we picked this up from IKEA. This is one of IKEA's like basic, I don't know exactly what the name of it is. If anybody does want me to link bits below, then I can definitely do that, but this is basically IKEA's very basic coffee table and it was £19. I thought, why the hell not? I've wanted a coffee, well, this is another area I either want a coffee table or a footstool. Not 100% sure which one to go for like permanently, but obviously this sofa is just temporary and we've still got lots and lots to do in this area. So for £19, even if it lasts us a couple of years or whatever, it does the job basically. So yes, we picked that up. I do need to get some little bits and bobs to style it. I've just got this tray on here and I've just stuck a little basket underneath there, but I think it just ties everything together nicely. It makes this area feel a little bit more cozy and homely. I think it kind of makes you want to sit in this area a little bit more, because yeah, that is one thing I'm finding, is that even when people come round, we don't really tend to sit in this area, and that was always what it was obviously meant for. You know, if I'm like messing about in the kitchen or whatever, people can sit here, but I do think it's obviously just because it's still not done. We don't have the TV up. I think once the TV is on here and it is just a little bit more of a living space, people will use it more, but we do tend to just like gravitate towards the living room because that room is much more finished. So yeah, I think this coffee table ties things in quite nicely. I went for this colour, which is on IKEA it's called like black brown. It is a very dark brown colour, I would say, slash black. But yeah, they had this table in the black brown, they had it in white, and then 2 different wood colours, like a sort of like this type of wood and then a much lighter like whitewashed wood. And I wasn't 100% sure what to do at first. I was going to go for white originally and actually paint the coffee table. The more I thought about it, I just thought it's not going to be very practical at all. Obviously coffee tables are going to see lots of like spillages and there's going to be lots of things put on the top. It's going to need wiping a lot, and I just didn't think painting it was going to be the most practical thing to do. So I am glad I went for this dark colour. Hopefully over the next few weeks this will be finished and we can just kind of neaten up this space, because we've just got lots of things dotted around. Louis still got the bits that he's using to do this fireplace like round here. These chairs are completely like off centre and stuff. We've got flooring behind there which I'd quite like to move somewhere else. This is the TV that will eventually go up here. But yes, like everything, it takes time. We've obviously got the picture frame up here as well that I still need to get a print for. So then we also are missing our bar stools at the moment as well. So we're actually getting these reupholstered. I've wanted to get these reupholstered for a long time, and I've toyed with like different ideas, different fabrics. Let me pop the lights on. I did have a couple of different fabrics. Let me show you them. I've probably showed these before, but these were kind of my thought. This is originally what I wanted to go for on the bar stools. It is like a very, very deep green. It's that herringbone type fabric, which I really, really love. So it's got a little bit of pattern in it, but not an actual patterned fabric. This is the type of colour that I want to go for the dining chairs eventually. However, it's going to be so much more expensive to get these chairs reupholstered. I think I'll probably just buy new ones and sell these ones. That won't happen anytime soon. That's sort of like a future job. But then this was the other fabric sample that we had, which I don't know how well you're going to be able to really see it. So it's just kind of like a brown colour, I would say, and it is like a sort of velvety type texture. It's very, very soft. This is the fabric that Louis's mum has got on her dining chairs. So she had hers reupholstered a while ago now, maybe it's about a year or so ago, in this fabric, and she has quite a lot of this fabric left. So what we decided to do was just go with this one because it wasn't going to cost us anything, and it's actually one of Louis's mum's friends who is reupholstering them for us. She just does it as a bit of a hobby, I think. So obviously we'll give her some money for actually reupholstering them for us, but it's a much, much cheaper option than getting them like professionally done. And if we'd have bought this fabric, hopefully we'll get those back soon. They've been gone for a week or so now, but obviously there's no real rush for them, but I'm excited to see how they look. We've also got some updates in the utility room, but the washing machine is currently just spinning, so I'm going to wait for that to finish and then I will take you in there. But we do have some additions to the living room as well. Apologies for the lighting in here. Those blinds look weird. Let me sort these out. Yeah, apologies for the lighting. Obviously it's dark outside now, so I will show you this in the daylight as well. I'll put the big light on so that you can probably see. We have curtains, finally. I did go for the IKEA ones. I had seen these on like the IKEA website, and then when I posted my last video, or my like sort of home styling video I think it was, quite a few of you commented and told me about the IKEA curtains, which are the perfect length. These were 250, so they do fit really, really nicely. I don't really plan on like pulling these shut on a night. I mean, I might try them and see how they look, but I did kind of just want them more for, ignore the washing machine in the background, I kind of wanted them more for just like show really. So I think these are 145 width like each, which should just cover this window, but they'll probably be pulled quite tight if I do decide to shut them. So we'll see. We might just leave them sort of hanging as they are, but I do think it makes it feel just that little bit more cozy in here with the curtains hanging. Obviously this one does hang behind the sofa, which we obviously knew it was going to be like that, but I still definitely just wanted that addition of the curtains and just a bit more like fabric in here. And then obviously the other thing here, ignore all of our remotes, we've got so many different like TV remotes. I might try and get one of those coffee table books that's actually a box so that I can hide away the remotes. But yeah, this is the same coffee table as the one next door that I've just showed you, but this is the slightly bigger version. So this one was £40, which I still don't think is bad at all. It's a really nice size. I'm glad we went for the bigger size. I was a little bit unsure at first because again, this won't be here forever. Maybe it's for a couple of years again, but I don't really plan on keeping this forever, so I didn't know whether to spend £40 on one or whether to just get the smaller version and spend the £19. But I just think that the smaller one would have looked a little bit silly in here. And yeah, I'm definitely glad we went with the bigger one because I think it looks a lot better. It looks so much better than the glass table that was there, which is currently just stood up here. We need to sell this or do something with it. It's giving off more of the vibe that I wanted it to give off rather than that glass one that we just were using because it was just like a second-hand one that we had. This is much more like tying in with the rest of the room. Again, like I've mentioned, I'm not 100% sure whether we'll go coffee table or footstool in here in the future, but for now this is perfect. We also got this little blanket from IKEA as well. I've just got it draped over there at the moment, but it was just something that I grabbed as we were wandering around. One last update in here, I think, is this print on the end. I don't know whether you'll have noticed if you've got a bit of a keen eye. I have played around with a different print in here. So I actually got a set of like 3 kind of matching prints from Temu. Well, I say matching, they all go next to each other and they make like a landscape. I think there's a proper word for it when like 3 things sort of make one picture, but I don't know what it is. So this is just one of the pictures. I could only get them in 50 by 70 and these frames are 70 by 100. So I already had this mount in this frame, so luckily like that one fit so that I could test it. I don't have any other mounts, so I can't put the other ones up yet, but I'm kind of thinking that this is a nicer vibe than like these ones. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I do like the sort of greens and the slightly dulled, moodier, like darker tones. I don't know whether everyone will agree with me on that. I feel like my style is sometimes a little bit like niche. I suppose it is quite like old-fashioned and stuff. These are definitely more modern, which kind of just throws me off a little bit. So yeah, I might get another 2 mounts for these these frames and put the other 2 prints up so that it's like 3 matching above the sofa. But yeah, I am happy with how this room is all coming together. The washing machine has now finished as well, so I'll give you a quick update in this room. Ignore like all of the bits and bobs that are everywhere. I do want to have a proper like clean up and try and style this room a little bit. But if you've seen my previous videos, if you watched videos from sort of like last year before we had this kitchen fitted, this was what we were using as our temporary kitchen. So we moved it from here into the utility so that we could obviously reuse as much of it as possible. This sink hasn't been plumbed in since we got the kitchen done in October. So we've used this room as much as we could, but it's not really been that functional. The sink is now plumbed in and all working, so we've started kind of using this room a little bit more as Nelson's room. We've got like his food bowl and stuff in here, his food, his walking thing, so we can use this side door for going in and out on walks instead of the front door. We've got our wellies down here instead of those just being like next to the front door. It just clears up the hallway a little bit and makes the entrance at the front of the house a little bit just nicer and neater and stuff. And then this room can just kind of be, you know, if Nelson comes in and he is muddy or wet or anything, that is kind of what the utility is for. I've just done a load of washing, so I need to sort that out. This is the best thing in the world, I think, just in general, but especially as I get further along in my pregnancy. I struggle to get my wellies on and off, and I wear these every single day. I walk Nelson in my wellies every day. So yeah, you literally just like, you stand on it, put your foot in like that, obviously with your wellie on, and like pull your wellie off, so you don't have to like bend down, you don't have to get your hands muddy. Absolutely love that. But yeah, this room is just finally a little bit more usable. Obviously it needs painting. The walls are a bit of a mess. I don't even think this wall has had a mist coat. I think that is just plaster. We've got a lot of mess on this wall from where the boiler was drilled out, so maybe at some point in the future I will paint in here. It's not something that I'm going to stress myself about in the next few months because I'm just getting more and more pregnant. But I've been sorting the cupboards out a little bit, so I've got like Nelson's little basket in there, which is just basically all of his stuff, and towels, his little like fleece, equa fleece thing, shopping bags down there, and then just some like cleaning bits and bobs underneath the sink. Yeah, it feels good to finally be able to use this space. I don't want to ramble on too much, but obviously I do like to keep you updated. That is the whole point. We do have some blinds that have just been delivered today. Oh gosh, from Blinds to Go. So I've got exactly the same blinds that we've got in the living room, the white like Venetian ones with the tapes. So one blind is for the nursery, and then I've got 3 blinds for the bedroom window, because our bedroom window is huge and it's sort of in like 3 sections. So I've got 3 separate blinds for up there. So hopefully Louis will be able to get those up. He might even do them tonight. We'll see. If not, hopefully the next couple of days he can do those. So it's now the next day. It is actually afternoon, it's not morning. I've been messing about this morning, just doing some organisation, but in the nursery I've brought all of like baby girl's things from downstairs upstairs, and I haven't organised the nursery properly, but I've just put things in like the drawers in the wardrobe and stuff just for now to clear some space downstairs. I'll show you how downstairs is looking a little bit later on, but as you can tell, I'm in our like extension slash garage, you could probably call it. This is our upstairs extension, so this will one day be our bedroom, one day well into the future, but for now it is literally what we use as pretty much our garage, I would say. I have showed this room lots and lots of times before on different vlogs. It is looking a lot better than it was a while back. Louis did kind of have like a bit of a sort out in this room, maybe it's a couple of months ago, just because it was really, really bad. Like everything was just thrown in this room, and it was giving me really, really bad anxiety. So he did kind of just move things around, put things in the place a little bit, but since he's done that, I've just wanted to have a big like overhaul of this room. This is where there's a lot of things that are just in cardboard boxes that have been there since we moved. All of the cardboard boxes are falling to bits. there's just like a lot of stuff. It's mainly all over here, Christmas things, everything like that. I mean, there's loads of stuff behind me as well. I do feel like this section over here I don't really need to touch too much. We've got like garden furniture cushions stacked up over there. This is a lot of like Louis' tools and things like that. And then over here there's some drawers here which I think Louis still actually uses. Don't ask me why. If it was me, I'd have moved my clothes out of there, but I think he's got football things in here. Couple of boxes of my like bits and bobs. I think these are kind of like going out dresses, summer dresses, things like that. And I know that these 2 boxes underneath here are summer clothes for me, which I will have to go through at some point because I'll be able to get rid of a lot of that stuff. But I think for now, this section doesn't concern me too much. This is just insulation that we will eventually put up in the ceiling. So for now, that is just there. So this isn't actually as bad as the rest of the room. It's basically just a lot of like miscellaneous things, I would say. We've got like some homeware bits down here. There's probably things up here that I can be using elsewhere in the house. So I'm just going to have a quick sort through everything and just see how far I get, see how much I want to do. I'm not going to like overdo it, but I just think if I can start to kind of decrease some of the things that we've got up here, it'll make me feel a lot better. And then we've got things downstairs that will eventually need to come up into this room. So yeah, the clearer this is, the better. So I thought I'd give you a little update on this room. It has been a week, over a week, since I was actually like organising in here, but lots of other things have been going on. So I will give you an update on everything, but I thought I would just start here because I know I was doing some organisation in here. It probably doesn't look any different to you, but I feel a lot better about the situation up here. It was definitely a lot more tiring than I was expecting. Obviously things are just getting a little bit harder the further along I get in pregnancy. So I was doing a lot of like leaning over, emptying bags, emptying boxes. I wasn't like moving anything heavy or like lifting things or anything, but yeah, my back started to ache after about half an hour, but I kept having rests and coming back up. So I did get done kind of what I wanted to get done, which really in this room I just wanted to go through stuff. I just wanted to go through the things that were mine and condense them, get rid of things wherever I could, just so that I know in my own head what is up here, and I can kind of, I've got a bit of a mental image of where things are, because I just hate that feeling of not knowing where anything is. And obviously this is pretty much like, it's sort of like our loft slash garage space, so we were always going to use it for storage. It's ideal to have this space just to put this stuff, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to like go through things and get rid of things where I could. So I have got, I think there's 5 bags down here. Yeah, there's 5 charity bags here, all full of my stuff basically, because I had quite a few large boxes over here full of clothes that I brought from the old house that have been literally sat there for over 2 years now, and I've never like reached for anything. I forgot half of it was there. Obviously a lot of things won't fit me anymore, and it's also just old clothes that I probably just wouldn't reach for anymore. So yeah, I managed to get rid of lots of stuff there. I just need Louis to take those to the charity shop for me, because some of them have got a mixture of like clothes, shoes, bags, homeware bits, just lots of different things. And then I did organise a box down here, so I have these storage boxes here, these clear ones that I got from Dunelm. So this was kind of like where I had my section of things. So I managed to condense probably about 3 or 4 boxes pretty much into these 2 boxes, I would say. This top one has pyjamas, mainly Christmas pyjamas in there. This box is some of the clothes that I decided to keep. There's some like sort of smarter like winter coats and stuff in there that I would still reach for, but just probably not right now. And then this box at the bottom is also mine. That's just kind of things, that's kind of like childhood things and just a box of things that I want to keep in storage. This bag on top of here is actually full of like my baby things, so like my first pair of shoes. There's quite a lot of things in there that have been knitted by my grandma, who is still with us, but she's 93. So that was really nice to find that, and there's a few bits in there that I want to dress baby girl in when we do go and like see my grandma and stuff once she's born. So yeah, that was lovely. It's things like that that I want to be able to, I want to know what's in here and just be able to like actually access stuff if I want to. This area over here did not look like this last week after I'd finished organising. These are all of the empty boxes that I sorted through. They were piled up over here, but Louis has been working on the fireplace downstairs, so he needed access to these plasterboards, so that's why they're just thrown over there. But they are just empty boxes that I need Louis to take to like the recycling place for me. But yeah, I mean, it does still look like a bit of a mess, but I kind of feel like I've got my head around it a little bit more and I know what is where and what's actually in here. To be honest, Louis' stuff I'm not even really that bothered about. That's his problem. I obviously don't want it to be a mess up here, but if he's got bits all over the place and he can't find stuff, that's not my problem. I just wanted to know where my stuff was, or our stuff, house stuff, anything like that. I wanted to know, whereas his tools and stuff he can do what he wants with. But yeah, that's basically just a little update on this room up here. I have also got some updates downstairs as well. Like I mentioned, Louis has been working more on the fireplace wall, so this is how it's now looking. As you can see, he's just got a few more plasterboards on there. Again, this was sort of like last weekend that he was working on this, so hopefully another day or 2 and he'll be finished. I reckon if he's got a full day free, maybe it's this weekend, he would get it done, but it just depends on what he's got going on. Quite often it gets split between like a few days, but yeah, he's making good progress with this. So he's got like the side bit on there, so it's really just these little bits, but it's a lot of like measuring, cutting the plasterboards upstairs, bringing them down, obviously attaching them on. But once he's done that, then it's literally just a case of getting it plastered, so that is going well. And then we have quite a big update out the front. So basically, we were not expecting for this job to be getting done. Let me stand you up there if I can. So yeah, we've unexpectedly had the builders back in this week, or like a few days this week. Not for anything bad, but I have mentioned in like previous videos and stuff about us looking at getting something done with the front of the house, mainly like the sort of entrance into our house. We have basically had a massive step into our house since the extension was built, so probably for the past like year and a half. And we've just managed with that. It's a bit of a struggle. People literally struggle to get up and down this massive step, but we knew it was something that we needed to do in the future. We wanted to get a proper path, like patioed on the front, and then a step add-in, and eventually we want to push the front door forward a little bit because we've got sort of like an outside porch area and we'd rather just use that space inside. So when it comes to getting a new front door, we will have the new front door fitted like flush with the rest of the house, which will just give us a bit more space inside. So yeah, getting the path and the step done was a job that was never really like a high priority until we found out we were pregnant, and then it sort of like pushed it up to the top of the list, because getting in and out of the house with a pram was just, it definitely wouldn't have been impossible at all, but it definitely wasn't ideal either. So yeah, we did kind of think that we needed to get it done before baby was here. We needed some sort of plan to do something with the front, because it just wasn't very easy access at all. We did ring our builder that did the extension for us before Christmas. It was months ago that Louis rang him, and I think at the time he basically said he was like jam-packed. He had no time to even like give us a quote. He wouldn't be able to do it for a long time, so we just kind of left it at that. We did get a price off someone else, which was quite a high price. We were paying a lot in labour, and then Louis toyed with the idea of just doing it himself, which he definitely would have been able to do, but it's just a question of like time as well. Obviously, I know I repeat it a lot, but we struggle to get things done, and to be fair, we have come a long way and we've got a lot done, but any big messy jobs like that, it would have gone on for months if Louis had have done it, just purely because of the lack of time. He would have had to have like got it all done in one go, unless he put holidays in at work. But yeah, basically in the end what we decided to do was scrap the idea of doing anything with the front, because it was just too expensive. We've got a side door in the utility. This is the utility room behind me, and we do have a door that leads like to the side path of our house. That side also needed a step. Our house is obviously like on a much higher level than like the ground around it, but yeah, we needed a step out the side as well, but it was a much easier job. The floor's already concreted out there, so it was literally just a case of laying some bricks and putting some slabs on top. And Louis's uncle used to be a bricklayer, so our backup cheapest option was to just get Louis's uncle to build us one single step outside of the utility door, and we would just use this door coming in and out with the pram, which kind of makes sense anyway. If it is like wet or muddy or raining or anything outside, it would make more sense to come in the side door with the pram and just leave it in the utility instead of like dragging it through the hallway. So we just kind of like settled on that, and we knew that we'd manage fine with that plan. However, on Monday this week, our builder unexpectedly knocked on the door, and he's basically been doing a job at our local pub, literally like around the corner. So he basically came round to say like, I know you wanted this work doing, you rang me before Christmas and I couldn't fit in, but if you want it doing, we're here, like we're around the corner this week, we can squeeze you in and do it this week. So yeah, definitely wasn't expecting that, but I kind of just took the opportunity. And I mean, I don't feel like it's very common that you get builders coming to you. Usually it's a bit of a struggle to like get builders round and get them to do what you want them to do, or even just to get quotes and things. So yeah, we do have a good relationship with our builder, and obviously he could see that I was pregnant and that was kind of why we needed it doing. So bless him, he has got that done for us this week. So it's all finished. We now have a full like path, step, everything out the front and on the side. He did both of them for us. So yeah, that was kind of just an unexpected job, but one that I'm glad is done, because whether we did it now or in so many months, so many years, it was a job that was going to need doing basically. So I'll pop some clips over this section while I'm speaking, but we already had some slabs that Louis had been given a while back. We've had them for years. I think we actually had them in our old house, and we brought them from our old house to our new house because we just knew that we were going to need patio at some point. So they came in handy. That's just kind of what we used. It wasn't really a choice thing. We didn't choose exactly how we wanted the path and the step to be. We just kind of used what we have. But yeah, we've basically now just got a nice straight path directly out of our front door. We've also moved one of the pillars, like the walls, which was on the other side of our drive originally, and we've moved it over to kind of make like this opening at the end of the path, which maybe is one day we can put a gate on there or something. But yeah, we reused a lot of what was already there, but moving that pillar has meant that we can now get 2 cars on the drive, which is also really good. The drive does need doing properly at some point, but for the time being it's literally just like concreted. It's just a concrete drive, which is absolutely fine by us, so we won't do that for a long time. Yeah, that is what's been going on this week. I've got some other bits and bobs around the house to update you on, but I'll show you as time goes on. I'll show you in other videos. I've got updates in the nursery, but I'm still doing separate videos for that, so look out for those if you are interested in seeing our nursery progress. It's not far off finished now. I do apologise as well. I feel like a lot of these videos are just me talking you through updates that have kind of already happened. I do usually like to take you along with us and sort of show you from start to finish and the progress and stuff, but yeah, there's been like just lots going on these past couple of weeks, and we're just kind of getting jobs done as quickly as possible. So I apologise if these videos aren't the most interesting, but I hope you are enjoying seeing the updates nonetheless. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave this video here because I feel like I've just done a lot of talking in this video. But yeah, I really hope that you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.